Today, once again, I'm in the garage and I'm talking about my Ryobi 40V cordless electric snowblower. A few weeks ago, I put out a video that documented the problems I was having with my Ryobi 40V brushless motor 18-inch cordless electric snowblower. In that video, I explained the failure I experienced with that snowblower, the decision to return it to the Home Depot, where I bought it, and the exchange unit I was given. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the card above so you can check it out for yourselves. A couple of weeks ago, while snowblowing the driveway after a little bit of a snowfall, and only hours before I had to jump on a flight and leave town for a couple of weeks, I experienced the same failure that I had with the previous one I had. It just stopped working. In fact, it was doing the same thing as the previous one, which is just making that little chirping noise when you try to start it up again. So once again, I'm off to the Home Depot. It's time to pack it up, load it up, and head on over to the Home Depot to see what they can do for me. All right, so I've just pulled up here to the Home Depot. Snowblower's in the back seat here, just ready to return it. A little bit nervous. I'm not sure how a second return is going to go, or even what action to take, whether I want an exchange or just my money back and then buy something else. And I expect it'll be the second one, because once bitten, twice shy, and 3 times would just be stupid. Well, here's hoping. Let's get it over with. Let's go in and find out. Okay, so things getting a little complicated here at the returns desk. I guess from last time I came in and got this snowblower, they were supposed to give me a receipt. Now they didn't, and I said in my previous video that it was a simple thing. I just came in, showed them the receipt, and they gave me a new snowblower and sent me on my way. What they should have done is given me some sort of receipt or proof of the exchange, and now here I am paying for it. Fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. Well, that did not go as well as I had expected. It did go okay, but let me explain. And in my last video, I showed the process of bringing the snowblower back to the Home Depot. The process went very, very, very smoothly. Too smoothly, in fact, it turns out. Now what had happened was I returned the snowblower. They looked at my original receipt, which was from November. I returned the first snowblower from November purchase in January. It was January 7th, in fact. At that time, they did not give me a receipt for the new snowblower. They just swapped the snowblowers, gave me a brand new one in the box, and sent me on my way. It did seem a bit suspicious, but I figured, hey, these guys know what they're doing. As it turns out, they should have given me a new receipt. Now, today everything worked out fair enough, and it worked out good enough for what I needed. Now, they weren't able to prove that I returned it in January, so they had to go off the original receipt. That's after their 90-day return policy, so they weren't able to give me my cash back. However, they were able to give me an in-store credit for the full amount. Now the plan was to go ahead and get the Toro 60 volt. I'll end up doing that probably next fall. next November sort of thing again, when it turns cold, when they have them in stock and they're ready to go. So as it turns out, in-store credit applied towards the new snowblower. I'm a happy man, returned. Hopefully I will not have to make another video about the Ryobi 40V cordless snowblowers ever again. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up or hit that subscribe button. That helps the channel out a lot. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. A bright sun here, warm day. Probably not going to need the snowblower anymore. Middle of March, it's already 7 degrees, plus 7 Celsius, very warm. T-shirt weather, no hat. But here's something kind of crazy. The city of Grand Prairie here, they pile the snow right in front of my house, right here. Little bend in the road, and they pile the snow right there. So we have to go around it one direction and on the other side the other direction. I guess when there's no place to put snow, that's where you have to put it.